post up why Jaydin wasn't available today. The same thing is, if you care about somebody who's being abused and you don't say anything about their abuse for 2 weeks, you're not their friend. Now, with most of these people who claim that they were going to help me, did they end up telling me about all their personal problems? Or did they help me? Well, they ended up talking about themselves. People are stupid and selfish. Now, when it comes to trying to get help when you're being abused, you are in the top categories for being abused. And of course, no matter what, people are going to make any excuse not to hear you, to make it a conversation, to talk down to you like you're an idiot, or to tell you, oh, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I know, because they're all crooked. Well, if you know they're all crooked, then why not speak up? You are the problem for not speaking up. Now, when somebody is coming to you and they're being harmed, and they tell you that they're being harmed, or you've seen them being harmed, you've heard the harm, and you say nothing, it allows the victim to be victimized over and over and over again. Why was I victimized over the situation with Molly? Because Molly was heard and I was not. Because she was able to manipulate the fact that she's an old woman to get sympathy. Whereas all people see with me is, well, what do you see? Do you see my disabilities? Oh, there we go. We're having issues with keeping connected, ain't we? Do you see my disabilities? Do you try to understand them? Do you stop to understand that with all the fucking meth heads in this goddamn town, if I go to the fucking hospital, I'm gonna get treated like a fucking meth head? Okay? I didn't choose homelessness. Get that through your fucking heads. I did not choose homelessness. Now, one of the things with Jaydin, we've got a lot of recordings with him. There's a lot of shit that he has said to us, but he's never once gone in with me to try saying it to the people that need to hear it. When I explain, hey, they're not going to look at any of the recordings or listen to any of them, you need to go in and fucking verify it. Verify the parts that you were with me, instead of me trying and begging for them to do their job, because they're not going to look at it unless you verify it. And each and every one of these people, every one of them, every single one of them could have taken a small portion of their time out. Now, how much you want to bet that if I got a 24 pack or a whole bunch of weed, I can get these people to spend some time with me? They're not interested in fucking helping anybody. They don't fucking care. They're interested in entertainment and having a fucking therapist of their own. Oh, this guy's telling me about his problems. That means that I got a fucking therapist. No, that guy is coming to you about his problems because he's in fucking dire hell. And the thing is, it's not that Jaydin couldn't speak up, that he doesn't have the time. It's that partying is more important. And why shouldn't it be? Drinking is more important. Smoking pot is more important. You know, he's fine with smoking weed with me. That's pretty obvious. But the thing is, what does he make the time for? That's what it really comes down to. What does he care about? What does he really care about? Now, I did type to him something that is very true, because, see, here's the thing. For 6 months, it's been the same thing. Oh, he can, but then he can't, then he can, then he can't. Of course, he can't make time. There's no way to make time. Yes, there is. You can listen to the victim and make a very, very small amount of time to go in with them. If you don't believe them, then yeah, you need to look at a fucking shit ton of evidence. But if you do believe them, if you do believe that they're being abused, then fucking help them turn it in right away. If it takes you a couple of days because your kid's sick or you gotta work, even if it takes you a week, that's understandable. But this isn't a thing that with Jaydin has been something that's going on for just a day or a week or a month. It's been a long time. A long time. And it hasn't just been Jaydin. It's been every single person. Like, he wants to take it as a personal insult. Well, it's his insult then. If he wants to make it an insult, then sure, it's his insult. But the reality is, I needed someone there for my safety when I go in to turn this in. Not a bunch of fucking excuses. You can take an hour out of your day. You can do that in the course of 6 months. You can do that in the course of 4 months or 2 months. You can for surely do that in the course of 2 weeks. You can do that in the course of a week. In a week's time, you can make the time for someone else's safety. Instead of guaranteeing that they have to take the abuse because they're just going to get treated like a liar because you didn't care enough to go in at any point. You cared about smoking pot. That much is for certain. You cared about drinking. I'm glad you care about cleaning up the mess afterwards. I'm glad you're able to clean up the mess afterwards. I'm glad you got a place to make a mess where you're capable of cleaning it. I'm glad that you have the physical ability to do that. But also, the thing is, with texting, people go out of their way not to listen. In real life, they don't let you finish what you're saying. You just make it about you because you're selfish. You're stuck in a selfish frame of mind. I don't exist as an actual friend. You don't care if I'm fucking harmed every day of the week. You're never going to make the time because you don't care. If you care about someone, you want to stop the abuse, you don't make excuses like Jaydin.